We are ready to. We're ready to roll.
Hello, welcome. My name is Amy Bliss Tenney, and I'm excited to welcome you to our show tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm the director of Rich in Music, which stands for Refugee Immigrant Connection and Healing. Our organization uses music therapy and other positive music experiences to support refugees, asylum seekers, and other vulnerable migrants in our community. We thank our partners for this concert, the Benedictine Sisters of Baltimore Emmanuel Monastery and Asylee Women Enterprise. Additionally, we want to thank our sponsors and supporters, Africa Hut Books, the Maryland State Arts Council, the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, the Nonprofit Recovery Initiative Grant, Fusion Partnerships, and Open Society Institute Baltimore. In this concert, you will see the talents highlighted of the participants in our programs, primarily the music therapy and choir group of Hope Choir of Nations, hosted by Asylee Women Enterprise. Because of the safety concerns of asylum seekers, you will not see the faces or names of our program participants, but we have tried to come up with creative ways to showcase their contributions despite these restrictions. You will hear singing and see some dancing and lots of beautiful artwork, some examples of clothing and food and other pieces of culture from around the world. And I just want to note that sometimes you will see participants' faces or the faces of our staff and volunteers. As a white, educated female music therapist, I recognize that I am in a position of privilege and power in working with a group of immigrants from around the world. I and my co-leaders do not profess to be experts in all of the cultural traditions represented in this concert. We hope you will enjoy seeing and hearing glimpses into various cultures from around the world. Different cultural elements are woven throughout the concert and do not necessarily correspond to a particular song or other piece of the concert. Finally, on behalf of Rich in Music, I would like to read a native land statement. Today, we are celebrating the many refugees, asylum seekers, and other immigrants in our community, many who have been displaced from their home countries for various reasons. We also want to honor the native land that we are occupying in the Baltimore region. We want to acknowledge that we are on traditional territory of the Susquehannock, Piscataway, and Nintego-Nanticoke nations. Through colonization and occupation, many Native families were displaced from their land, and we pledge to support those that are still with us and honor their traditions and connection to the land. Again, welcome. We hope you will dance when the music inspires you and be touched by the many wonderful contributions of our participants. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, this is Tiffany Nelms with Asylee Women. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for the concert. A special thanks to Rich in Music, to Amy Tenney and Sister Joelle McLaughlin and the rest of the team for all you do throughout the year to provide a space for newcomers to share their talents with the community. Since 2011, Asylee Women has provided holistic care to asylum seekers and other forced migrants through emergency and transitional housing, a day program that offers job readiness, English as a second language, parenting classes and other supports, and a food pantry, clothing closet, and diaper bank. Since March, we've seen increasingly high demand for our services given that most asylum seekers are not eligible for government assistance and the other resources that have been made available as a result of the pandemic. In 2019, we distributed 30,000 pounds of food in the community, and since March, we've distributed more than 100,000 pounds of food, with the need increasing daily. We are very fortunate for the support of the community and the amazing group of volunteers and others, including Rich in Music, that come together to serve asylum seekers and other forced migrants with us. So we thank you for your support and hope that you enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here with you tonight at this winter virtual concert presented by Rich in Music, Refugee Immigrant Connection and Healing, with Hope Choir of Nations, hosted in Baltimore by Asylee Women Enterprise. Tonight we are going to enjoy together music, art, storytelling, and cultural sharing. My name is Adote Akwe, and I am honored to be here tonight. I'm from Togo, West Africa, originally. I'm a community organizer, empowering our community. And with Rich in Music, I'm the French-English interpreter, where we talk about diversity, communication, and understanding each other is very important. That's why my role, I take it serious to make sure that we understand each other as a group, a diverse group. At Rich in Music and Hope Choir of Nation, hosted by AWE, you find all kinds of people from all parts of the whole world coming together and trying to navigate through the new system we find ourselves in as immigrants and refugees. Sometimes in that position you are lost, and the support of people like groups like Rich in Music, Asylee Women Enterprise, their support is very important. And that's what we are living right now, to reach our American dream as refugees and asylees. And to illustrate that, we have a song in our repertoire. The title is We Have Come This Far. We have come this far, and when you look back and you look, some of us were in refugee camps, fleeing horrible situations, wars, persecution of all kinds, from Africa and from South America, from China, all over the world, fleeing those situations, finding yourself in a place where you are welcome. There's nothing more beautiful than that. That's why today we can sing a song like We Have Come This Far. It's our way to express gratitude and to tell the whole world how fortunate we are compared to those who were not able to make it. So please rejoice with us and have fun. Thank you. Hello, Ago. That is in Ewe. I'm knocking at the door. It's a cry, it's a shout that announces a stranger coming into your house. He will knock at the door. Instead of knocking at the door, I say Ago. And where, from inside, when you hear that voice, you say Amen. Amen meaning somebody. So if you respond Amen, then you open the door. So when I say Ago, these people say Amen. Then I will open the door and you come in. That's how we visit. When you visit a friend and someone, that's how you get into the house or the place of invitation. Ago, Amen. Ago, Amen. That's in Ewe, in West Africa. Thank you.
Sometimes it's easy.
I think we'll hear from Susan now.
Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Tuberville. I'm a community artist and a teaching artist, and I am so grateful to have collaborated with Rich in Music and the Hope Choir of Nations this fall. As part of a special storytelling and art series this fall, I led art making workshops where we each created vessels out of clay. The concept of a vessel was an important part of our workshop because, like vessels, each of us carry or hold things within us that are dear or meaningful, whether that is a special memory, a relationship, or an aspect of our culture. So my vessel that I created throughout teaching this workshop, I brought today, and I decorated it with 2 pansy flowers. It represents a memory that I have and hold dear of my mother teaching me how to plant a garden when I was a child. So soon you will see the vessels created by our choir members. And each of these vessels represents something special to that artist. I loved being able to watch these pieces of art come into being, starting as a block of clay and morphing into beautiful, intricate, very impressive works of art. And I am very proud of the work that the choir members who are now artists created. And I want you to know that each vessel that you will see throughout this program holds its own story. So of course, our art workshops looked a little different this year. So in the next video, you'll see some of the steps we took to make this virtual art workshop come to life, from preparing art kits to teaching and creating over Zoom, transporting artwork all across the Baltimore, DC area, and finally taking the clay projects to be fired in a kiln here in Baltimore. We had a lot of fun along the way. So I want to thank all the choir members for being part of this workshop, for coming week after week and participating, and for sharing your wonderful artwork and your stories. Thank you, of course, to Amy Tenney for all of your hard work making this art workshop a reality, and to all of our amazing interpreters and everybody who supported this project and made it happen. So thank you all. Enjoy the music and enjoy the artwork.
Hello. Now, the next song is in Ewe, Gavon. Gavon is fear not, don't be afraid. As I told you, when you find yourself in a situation like ours, immigrant, asylee, fleeing horrible situation, you find yourself in America, you are lost. And you don't know who you are. You are disoriented. So you need somebody to empower you. And Gavon is one of the songs that we sing to empower our members. See, Gavon, 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 me Gavon, Ojidodoli, be courageous. Gavon, Gavon, me Gavon, Ojidodoli, no vi me Gavon, Ojidodoli. Don't be afraid, be courageous. Be courageous. That's the message that this song conveys. And as we sing and we dance, you recover from any kind of fear and psychological depression you are going through. And you know that talking about depression, this pandemic time is what we have never seen in our life before. Double with the cultural shock you find in America when you arrive here. So those kind of songs, we need it. And as we sing it, I hope you get something from it and stand up on your feet and say, Gavon, Gavon, me Gavon, Ojidodoli, no vi me Gavon, Ojidodoli, Gavon, Gavon, me Gavon, Ojidodoli, Emi me Gavon, Ojidodoli, Gavon, Gavon, me Gavon, Ojidodoli, Joel me Gavon, Ojidodoli, Gavon, Gavon, me Gavon, Ojidodoli, Malika me Gavon, Ojidodoli. Hello, can we clap? Hallelujah together. Thank you very much.
Seulement tout l'on a la joie au cœur, où fleurit l'espoir et grandit la peur. On y pleure un moment, on y rit, bien souvent que le monde est petit vraiment. Notre monde est bien petit, c'est le monde où chacun vit. Ce monde qui nous ravit est vraiment petit. Sous le chaud soleil, la vie suit son cours. Au clair de la lune, mêle serment d'amour. Malgré les océans, les montagnes, à la ronde bien petit est notre monde. Notre monde est bien petit, c'est le monde où chacun vit. Ce monde qui nous ravit est vraiment petit.
Hi, everyone. Yay! Hi, everybody. I'm Amy Taylor. I go by Mel in this group because we have two Amy's. I feel really lucky to be a part of this group. I have been dancing all sorts of ballroom dances, including salsa, for the past 5 years. And dancing to music has been, for me, the highest enjoyment of music, and has helped me personally get through a lot of hardship in my life. It's brought me a lot of joy and freedom, and that's why I wanted to share it with everyone here. What we do on Mondays is we all get together, and I teach a very short salsa shine, which is a type of dance that you can dance either with a partner or on your own. A lot of times salsa shines our dance, like you'll start with a partner dance and then the two partners will separate and dance a shine for a couple of minutes, and then they'll come back and they'll do partner work. The video that you're going to see tonight is like our basic step, which you can dance like all salsa music on this step. And I've just been so lucky to be a part of this group. You guys have such spirit and such resilience, and it's just been fun. When I teach the salsa step, we play a song afterwards, and you can dance the step or not, you know, just whatever, however you feel the music. And that's just been our joy.
All right, I think we're ready for our salsa music.
All right, 1 second.
We hope you all are having fun. We really apologize. We had some technical issues with my website for Rich in Music, but thanks everyone for not giving up on us. And I just want to give a great shout out to Jared Forte, who is our wonderful producer of this event. And the technical problems are because of the Rich in Music website, not because of him. But thank you everyone for joining us. And we are going to have a little Latin music soon. And then later on in the program, we will enjoy some dancing from two beautiful women from Sudan. And then also we will have a young man who is sharing some of his original dances with us. And our show tonight, it will be about 2 hours long. This is much longer than we originally expected, but we ended up having so much talent that we were really excited. So feel free to stretch when you need to dance when you want to cry if you need to, and most of all, to laugh and to have fun and enjoy all of these wonderful contributions for everyone. All right, and we're ready to go.
Back on our right foot for 1, forward on 2, together on 3.
نحن نذهب لورا بننقل واحدة، نذهب لقدام إذا نقول 2 وبننقل 3. الرجلين سوف تكون معا.
Nous allons commencer le premier pas en arrière, ensuite le deuxième et le troisième, nous allons mettre les pieds ensemble. 1 en arrière, 2 et puis 3 ensemble.
نسعسع حولنا خمزينا نقبر حانتي ندحريت اقرنا حانتي نقدميت سالسي تقع بحنساب نقطمها مالتي.
We're going to go forward on 5, back on 6, feet together 7.
بعدين نروح لقدام من 5 وبعدين نروح نذهب لورا من 6 وبعدين الرجلين معا من نقول 7.
Et le 4 en avant, 5, 6 et le 7 ensemble.
حانتي نقدميت حمشايتي مالتيو شال شيتي ندحريت شاب عيتي مقطع.
So here's what the whole thing looks like put together.
وهذه كيف تكون كل الأشياء من نحطها معا.
Et voilà ce que ça va donner à la fin ensemble.
نقطمه كلنا كله بلو بحنساب مالتيو نزيد مسل دلهم زحج تري ودلهم.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Wow, that was so fun. I am Jennifer Ruddick Zunikoff, and I'm a professional storyteller. And I have the privilege of getting to work with people like the folks at Rich in Music and Asylee Women Enterprises and all of the group that they bring along. And I get to help them tell their stories. And when you have a colleague like Susan, who you met earlier, who's a phenomenal artist and art teacher, you can take what she's already doing and help bring that into the world of story. So you saw the creation of these vessels, these gorgeous vessels that were made out of clay, which of course reminds us of the earth. And these vessels that the group, that each individual woman created, I offer to them, could be seen as a metaphor of themselves. And so if we are beautiful vessels, which of course we humans are, then what's inside of us? Well, we are filled with stories, and they are things of beauty, and they should be shared, just like we would pull out something special from a box or some kind of basket or bottle that we created. We can do the same with our stories. But how do we do that? We simply tell them to each other. And so in 2 different workshops, I was able to work with these women, and they shared their stories. And we looked at each story as if it were something sacred, because of course it is. It comes from inside us, and it is holy, and it deserves to be heard. But we need to have the courage and the vulnerability to share those stories. And these women did. And they learned how to appreciate each other and to coach each other. So they know even when they're not in the workshops, they still feel called to tell and that they should be heard. And so tonight you will hear from one of our interpreters and from some of our participants stories from their own lives. And really everything we're seeing, the dances, the songs, the art, these are all pieces of our story, just in different forms. So thank you to Rich in Music, Asylee Women Enterprises, the interpreters, and mostly the people who are willing to bring their sacred stories forth. I will just share one more thing, that I have the privilege of being the director and the founder of a small organization based in Baltimore, Maryland, the Golden Door Storytelling for Social Justice. And what we do is go to schools and share stories about the challenges in society. And now that we're in this time of the pandemic, we have transferred our energy directly to the teachers because they need support from our community. They are doing wonders with our children. And so to be there for them, to help them tell their stories, to receive appreciation from their colleagues is another beautiful gift that we can give when we share and we listen to stories. Thank you for having me, Amy, and everyone in this wonderful group. Enjoy the stories.
عيوني روحي كبدي لا تخليني اضرب على خدي عيوني روحي كبدي لا تخليني اضرب على خدي يا المجنون اكثر من عندي خلي الليله تمر براحه اقعد راحه اقعد راحه اقعد راحه خلي الليله تمر براحه اقعد راحه احنا العشاق مجانين من هذا الحب شو محصلين
من هذا الحب المحصلين
احنا العشاق مجانين من هذا الحب شو محصلين
من هذا الحب شو محصلين
تضحك عين وتدمع عين وليلتنا نقضيها مناحة اقعد راحة
اقعد راحة
اقعد عاقل
اقعد راحة
خلي الليلة تمر مراحة اقعد عاقل
Hello, this is Gila Kabaza, your Arabic interpreter for this project. For my art project, I chose a butterfly because to me, it symbolizes my free spirit, the daring to dance to the beat of my own drum, not following anyone's footsteps, but instead taking the road less traveled and leaving my own footsteps behind. It symbolizes transformation and stepping outside one's comfort zone, growing wings and flying high, exploring new adventures, flying towards light and love, and appreciating the beauty in flowers, sunshine, birds, streams, and the sounds of nature. On a more worldly vision, to me it symbolizes freedom from oppression, the beautiful female energy, strong, yet so gentle, smart, speedy, aware, and intuitive. There is a healing that takes place in gentleness, beauty, light, peace, and the beautiful colors of the butterfly, and the nature to which she gravitates. That is what my vessel symbolizes. Thank you for including me in your project. It is an honor and pleasure to participate. I am in a place, and I'm imagining, in a place outside the house, in a place that's a high rise, and I am in a place where it's all white, and it's very white and very big, very wide. And it's all nature. There's nothing there from human beings. It's all nature. And I am standing in this place that's above the ground. And then there are these scents, and I'm just by myself. And the air and the scents go inside my body in every way. And I'm enjoying the scents. And I hear the sound of thunder, and I smell the scent of rain. And then the drops of water, the drops of rain fall on my head, and they take over my whole body. And I close my eyes and I imagine. And I don't care. And I'm enjoying the rain and the scent of the rain and the thunder. And in front of me, there is nature. It was as though nature was telling me to stand in my place and don't move, don't go anywhere. And it's as though the rainwater was cleansing my body from years of being tired and years of sorrow and years of negative things. And I feel as though I'm a child, but a child that's very strong in body and mind. And I don't think of anything other than the God's power. And I feel empowered so much that I can own the world. And I feel the strength and power. And the white dress that makes me feel clear and clean.
Thank you, Jennifer, for all of your work in storytelling. It's been amazing. Malika, when you're ready.
Hi, my name is Malika Singh, and I'm a music therapy intern working under Dr. Janelle Junkin and Amy Bliss-Tenney at Rich in Music. The next song coming up is called Morto Tile Rana, which means the peacock is dancing in the desert to celebrate the joy of the arrival of his beloved. It is a folk traditional song written in Sindhi language, which is the second largest regional language of Pakistan. The song is played on happy occasions such as weddings or any social engagement where people gather to celebrate success. One can have fun with it by beating a drum and dancing in a circle. The song itself is about a dancing peacock waiting for his beloved. The peacock dances on the shoulders of the groom's 7 maternal uncles, as well as on the shoulders of the groom's 7 paternal uncles. The song also mentions the very expensive nose pin of the bride, which she got designed by paying high amounts of money for it. Please enjoy.
Morto tille rana, morto tille, morto tille rana, morto tille, satan chacan je kulle, satan maman je kulle, o rana rana mor bali to tille, gujar jo morto tille rana, morto tille. Natagalayam savadai Allah lagrana. Oh, Natagalayam savadai Allah lagrana. ओ राणा तो महाराज थींदा राणा तो मालक थींदा राणा तो महाराज थींदा राणा तो मालक थींदा ओ सतन चाचन जे कुले सतन मामन जे कुले ओ राणा राणा मोर भली तो टिले गुजर जो मोह तो टिले राणा मोह तो टिले.
Je dis merci beaucoup à eux de tout ce qu'ils ont fait pour moi. Là, je suis seule ici, mais j'ai vu beaucoup de gens là, au community. Donc, j'ai vu beaucoup de gens qui viennent dans mon pays, dans les différents pays. Donc, je dis merci beaucoup à eux de tout ce qu'ils ont fait pour moi.
I thank all a lot for everything they have done for me. I was alone, but I saw a lot of people from the Aw community who came from my country and other countries. So I say thank you all very much for everything.
J'ai dit merci à eux, ils m'ont pris en charge jusqu'à ce que j'ai commencé à travailler. Je les remercie beaucoup et que Dieu les bénisse abondamment. Mon cœur est rempli beaucoup de remerciements pour tous les membres de eux.
I say thank you to all for taking care of me up until I was able to start working. I really thank them for that. God bless them. My heart is filled with a lot of appreciation for every member of all.
Deuxième chose, je dis merci aussi beaucoup pour le groupe de music therapy. Ça m'a aidé beaucoup. Je dis merci aussi pour la chorale. Quand on a commencé, on chante, on fait des concerts, des sorties. Ça nous aide beaucoup pour faire un peu de relax. Donc, moi, j'aime beaucoup, j'apprécie beaucoup.
Second thing is, I thank the music therapy group. That has really helped me a lot. I thank the support of the choir because when we started, we sang, we performed, we traveled. That really helped us relax. So I really liked it and appreciated it.
Merci beaucoup pour Amy et pour tous les membres du choir. Que Dieu vous bénisse abondamment.
Thank you so much, Amy, and to all the members of the choir. Bless you all.
Ah, mon rire. Mon rire gigantesque. Mon rire silencieux. Mon rire emprisonné derrière mes lèvres. Ah, mon rire. Émeraude dans son linceul de glace. Je t'entends rugir en moi comme un fauve. Je te sens qui ballotte en moi. Sous le remous tourmenté de ma colère. Ah, mon rire. Je t'écoute et j'ai peur. Mon rire qui n'est pas à moi. Mon rire étranger à ma vie. Mon rire que les forces de l'inconscient projettent sur l'écran fragile de ma sensibilité. Je te crains plus que mourir. Je te crains plus que vivre. Ah, mon rire. Quand tu briseras tes liens, et hors de moi tu t'enfuiras, dans l'explosion de tes accords déchaînés. Que vas-tu prendre à ma vie? T'en iras-tu seul? Vers les sphères abolies, tout l'on ne revient pas.
Hallelujah,
Hello. Our next song is Ekpe. Ekpe meaning stone. Stone. Why stone? When you have a stone in your back, you cannot dance. You will be heavy. And this particular dance is moving your back and your arms like this. But if you have a stone in your back, you cannot move. You cannot. So Ekpe, what is the meaning? There is a song leader who sung for people to dance, but he or she will never dance. And one day, the people gather together and force him to dance. Say, Ekpe le tumenawa, hasino maduwebe nukele tumenawa. Do you have stone in your back? Why can't you dance? You make us dance and you cannot dance. Ekpe le tumenawa. Do you have stone in your back? Ekpe le tumenawa. Hasino maduwebe nukele tumenawa. Ekpe le tumenawa. Hasino maduwebe nukele tumenawa. So that's the question. Do you have stone in your back? What do you have in your back and what can't you dance? And then when we clap for you, when we beat the drum for you, you have to dance. And then he is forced to dance. So the dancing part comes in. Ekpe le tumenawa, hasino maduwebe nukele tumenawa. Ekpe le tumenawa, hasino maduwebe nukele tumenawa. Elemene, elemene, elemene. So you dance to prove that you don't have a Ekpe in your back. Elemene, 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 elemene. Oh, Olodio. Oh, thank you.
NS is the initials of my name, and the color green represents hope. For me, we should never, ever lose hope, even when the going gets tougher. That is the motto of my life. That is the message that I want my vessel to convey. Thank you.
Ago, amen. So as we are diversity, we do all kind of things. One of the things I do, I'm an inventor, a patented inventor, and I'm an author. We are talking about diversity, and one of the things that we needed is to know where we are from and what we represent as we come as a diverse group. So one of the things I do is I write this book. It is the African Coloring and Activity book, featuring the continent of Africa, teaching to African children born outside of Africa about the whole continent, because you have to know where you come from. And this book is in 5 series featuring each region of Africa. By the time you finish coloring it, you know all Africa, geographically speaking. And inside of the book, we have some proverbs and some cultural short stories about Africa. And you can get this book from my website, Africa Hearts Book, hearts like the dwelling place, africaheartsbook.com. You can read it on the screen. And I'm one of the sponsors of this concert. My company, Africa Heart Book, sponsored this concert. And if you want to sponsor our concert, there's no limit. You can go from $1 to $1 million to sponsor Rich in Music and to support this great work volunteers and everybody is doing to support and empower the asylees and the refugees in America and help them achieve their American dream. Thank you.
Ce qui m'a frappé, c'est que Awe nous a amenés au musée. Et ce musée-là, chaque fois je pense à ça. Parce que je dis, nos grands-parents, nos grands-grands-parents qui sont esclaves venus ici dans ce pays, ils ont laissé quelque chose. Et ce musée-là, ça me rappelle comment nos grands-parents, ils ont Dieu leur a donné l'intelligence de faire ce musée. Ça m'a touché beaucoup et puis ça reste dans mon cœur jusqu'à présent. Mi avec les civiques, les tasses, coup de plaie, tipola, yo tchen, kaka, so nous, que de fiabe, maunami, Africa, to, nunya, de tode, que otem so wo nous, musée, clis civique, je dis clis civique, que mi so kunang bedo belo nous, mais oh, soit, ye ma ou non. Sagesse n'est pas gbegbe autant so construire que le kakava na egbegbe mi maman wa togbe yo viola va no po et ça m'a beaucoup touché et en bagbleki ça m'a beaucoup touché.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say thanks for joining us, and we apologize for the technical problems at the beginning. But thank you for hanging in there with us. And there's a few of us who are on live on Zoom together, including Mel, and we're just shocked. We've never taught her that song because we've never worked with her in person. And so Mel joined us after the quarantine started. And so we haven't been able to do Ekpe, but I know we have some participants on watching on YouTube who've seen the group in person, and it's really hard to convey the passion and the excitement of them performing that song. So thank you, everyone. And in this next section, we're going to hear from Katie Chris, who was the program manager at OFF for a long time and helped us so much, especially with scheduling so many interpreters for this project. We're so thankful. And we will hear from a couple participants and then kind of focus on one special participant that we've worked with more intensely, and hope that you really enjoy all of the things that these next participants have to share.
Hi there, I'm Katie Chris, a friend of the Hope of Nations Choir and former program director at Asylee Women. I wanted to take a few moments today to share how much of an impact this choir and the music program have had on the AH community, especially this year during such a difficult time of isolation. I believe that in all seasons, the choir and the music program have provided a really important safe space for members to be themselves and to share their talent and their skill and their culture with the rest of the community. Amidst all of the stress and frustration that comes with adapting to a new culture and in navigating the really arduous and confusing asylum process, having this space that feels a little more familiar, a little more like home, where they're able to sing their favorite song, share that with somebody, and teach their cultural dance with the rest of the community, or even learn a song in a new language, I think is so special. And for me personally too, I think that all of the moments that I remember most from my time with the AH community are those times that we sang and we danced together and we were just simply with each other. There was so much freedom in getting to be ourselves and to have fun together. And I think since the start of the pandemic in March, Amy, Tenny, and Sister Joelle and the whole music team have been working tirelessly to try to translate the same environment to be virtual, which is absolutely no easy task. And from the few sessions that I was able to pop into, I think that this has happened with a lot of success. Being able to see community members connect virtually and see each other for the first time. They're bringing their kids, they're learning how to play the piano, they are learning art, and they're learning how to dance salsa. I'm just so impressed with how well the program has continued to be a place of joy and to be a space that everyone can look forward to being together in. Has been so important during this really tough year. I think the fact that we get to have this concert today is a tribute to Amy's masterful skills and Sister Joelle's dedication, and also each of the members for them stepping up and pressing into the difficult technology and having the desire to share that with all of you today is really incredible. So I hope that you enjoy the performances today and get a glimpse into the special community and get to become a friend of the Hope of Nations Choir. Thank you.
My clay vessel made me think of the customs of my country, Cameroon. My vessel is in the form of a calabash bowl. It reminds me of my paternal grandmother. I come from the ethnic group Bamileke Bafang of the west region of Cameroon. I was a small child when we went on vacation to the village with our grandmother. How I loved being so close to my grandmother, because I wanted to learn how to cook. Each time that my grandmother finished cooking, she served everyone, and then went to the small traditional wood-fired cuisine shop, bringing a calabash bowl filled with the meal of the day. I asked her, "Who is this meal for?" And she replied that it is for her late husband. I told her, "But grandfather doesn't live anymore." She then brought me to the corner of the shop, placed the calabash bowl filled with food on the ground, and told me, "Your grandfather is here with us, and he too is eating with us." She spoke to him, started crying, I couldn't hold back my tears, so I too burst into tears. She then wished him bon appétit, and then we left the shop. My grandmother would do this every day during all of our vacations. This remained forever in my memory. The keyboard, not necessarily for physical keys though. I traveled a lot as a child, still do as an adult. My family is so spread out that I have to use a car, a bus, a train, or sometimes even a plane. For me, a home is not really a physical place. A home is where one feels welcomed, a place where you feel loved and safe. A home can be a place, or a person, or even a feeling. My homes are my parents and brother in the US, my grandparents in Europe, and my place in Pittsburgh. I use blue to paint my bowl because, well, it's my favorite color. I decorated it with an elephant because they're kind and wise creatures with great intelligence and memory. The lock and key represent those feelings of warmth, shelter, and peace. And last but not least, as I am in the field of music therapy, I symbolized it with a snake to represent healing and medicine.
This is my keyboard.
I'm feeling, I feel that I'm feeling something, an object, and my fingers are easily passing through it and touching it, and there's nothing in my way. It's a very beautiful feeling. And I not only feel it in my fingers, but I feel it going into my body. And it's gone to my mind. Something very soft. And I can imagine. And even though I haven't seen it, I can imagine what it looks like. I'm very happy. And I can smell its scent. And I love the smell. I love it very much. And I have the desire to just touch it and touch it and touch it. And I can even imagine its color also. And I can enjoy it even more than somebody who can see it. The feeling with the touch is stronger and more deep than just the seeing. It's something very beautiful and outstanding. And my fingers easily glide through it, glide on top of it very, very smoothly. And I can imagine the shape of the object that I'm working on. And it's almost like the shape that I want it to be. I feel my worth. I mean that I feel a lot with the touching. It's something very, very fascinating, enjoyable.
Hello, this is Gila Kabaza, your Arabic interpreter. My experience as an interpreter for awe has been quite awesome. This has been an assignment like no other. Having worked with the court system, law enforcement, healthcare system, analysis, you name it, this was yet another exciting assignment I had never even imagined. At times, I've had to step outside my role as solely the interpreter. For example, in the storytelling workshops, the leader requested that the interpreters listen to participants' stories and give them feedback during the storytelling workshops. I have participated in salsa dancing, art and culture, storytelling, meditation, and even working with clay, which I have never imagined I would ever do. It has enriched my life, brought out my inner child, as well as my creativity, and made life so much more joyful and colorful for me. It has also strengthened my Arabic and French skills, listening to various dialects of Arabic, as well as African French. It is such a joy to be around such strong, dynamic people who have overcome so much in their lives and continue to overcome challenges each and every day. My grandparents, who also had to flee their homes, always taught my parents, and my parents taught me that knowledge is the only thing that nobody can ever take away from you. Unlike money or possessions, knowledge is true power. It is yours and yours alone. I took that to mean my education, so I passionately pursued my master's degree while working full-time. I made it my priority, endured many sleepless nights, and was finally the very first woman in my family to graduate with a master's degree. Yet, education comes in many forms and many experiences. What I have learned from working with awe has been priceless, and I find myself becoming more and more resilient every day. The more unsettling 2020 has been, the more grounded and solid awe has been in its commitment to provide support, compassion, and joy, be it in person or virtual. It is as though the awe anchor is exactly what I needed to counter the roller coaster waves of 2020, laugh about the new norm with COVID restrictions, and have fun with it all. With my family in New York and a long quarantine restriction, I find myself forming a new family here with the awe members as well as the clients. I get to use my multiple languages to communicate with them, laugh, cry, encourage, and be a member of this colorful and diverse community. It is as though we all understand each other, even in silence. When I was asked if I wanted to work with clay, I imagined it would arrive via FedEx. I was surprised to see that Amy brought me the clay herself. Door-to-door service with compassion, and I felt so included and so much part of this compassionate community. When Sister Joelle was playing the guitar and I was asked to join in the singing, it was as though they sensed that I loved singing and started taking singing lessons again. Running Awe is leadership at its best, an all-inclusive team of fun and diverse people, each with varied expertise and experiences, the sharing of which enhances all of our lives. I have learned so much from this group and continue to grow each and every day. I look forward to each and every assignment and walk away thinking, wow. At times, it has been tough interpreting heavy experiences. At times, I have sobbed, wondering, where is the sense of justice for women in the world? Are we so much better off here in the US than third world countries? Has the Me Too movement made a big difference? Or has it simply empowered us to become more of a target? We have come a long way, but still have a longer way to go. At times, it was all overwhelming, and I just had to go for a quiet walk on the trail, just trying to process it all. I feel honored to be trusted with the stories and experiences shared, to be in this safe space where it is okay to be oneself. In summary, my experience of working for all has been simply awesome. Thank you.
Go ahead, Malika.
Hi again. In addition to working with Asylee Women Enterprise, we work with other refugees in the community. Some of them are youth. The next segment is about our talented youth who will be dancing, playing the ukulele and piano, singing, and displaying their artwork. So please, enjoy their awesome performances.
ए लाहोरे दाई के हो कान्छी लाहोरे को फेसन कसो रे त्यस्ता जावा ल भन्नु त ल लाहोरे को रेली मै फेसनै राम्रो रातो रुमाल रेली मै फुकरे गिरे लाहोरे को रेली मै फेसनै राम्रो रातो रुमाल रेली मै फुकरे फुकरे फुकरे
लौरिनी मसँग मसक्क मस्किँदै टसक्क बस्दिँदै छेउमा स्याउ जस्तो गाला र सुन्तला ओठमा टोकेर मै खान देऊ न तिमीलाई भेट्न भनेर आइपुगे पल्टन बाटोमा गाउँमा उद्रेको चोली लगाएर मेरो यो काखैमा बस्न आउन अलि यता यता आउन यता 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 तिम्रो लाउरे तिम्रो केटा आउन यता यता अलि यता यता मेरो काखैमा बस्न आउन यता यता चोइ चोइ पातलो कम्बर मिलेको बढी देख्दैछु अप्सरा धरतीमा पनि मोटरमा चढी सन न घुमाउला हामी सिन्धुली गढी तिम्रो नै तस्बिर हेरेर बस्छु म हप्ता मुद्दा चर्पीमा पनि भइरहेछु झ्याप खान्दिन ऱ्याप आज चाहिँ दोहोरी सुन यो तिम्रो लोभलाग्दो जवानीले मलाई लगायो मोहनी टुना तिमी छौ साथ लाग्दैन लाज हल्का फोहोरी छु म लौ तान्दिन मन लाग्यो मलाई त तिम्रो त्यो उद्रेको चोलीको तुना एकान्छी सुन सुन एकान्छी सुन सुन म हुँ तिम्रो लाउरे तिम्रो सोल्टा हुँ म आउन यता यता अलि यता यता मेरो काखैमा बस्न आउन यता यता चोइ 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 चोइ
Lion Sleeps Tonight. I hope you enjoy it. And if I would say, I would give the note in French, I would talk about onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is what, you know, those songs that, you know, come like do 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 do. So the lion sleeps tonight. Le lion dort ce soir.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the sky so bright, like a diamond in the night. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Ah, I was talking to that young lady's father the other day to make sure we had consent to share. And he said, she doesn't sing at home. I don't even know if she has a good voice. And I said, oh, she has a beautiful voice. So it's so much fun to work with those young people in addition to the group at AWE. And I just wanted to show you, so you might see some of us have these little t-shirts on. I'll turn around. I don't know if you could see it, but there are Rich in Music t-shirts. And We'll have another speaker talking about this in just a minute, in a little bit, but you are welcome to make donations. I think we've been putting the donation link in the in YouTube, etc. And Rich in Music is the financial administrator for Hope Choir of Nations. So even though they're hosted by AWE, Rich in Music actually handles all the financial management. And so if you make a donation to Rich in Music, thank you, Jared, for putting up our website. It will go to support the choir and our other programs with youth. And additionally, because AWE has been so amazing at helping us find interpreters and been our host for so many, not years, a couple years, we're also sharing donations from the concert with them if they are received by December 15th. So please feel free to donate here, and we will share our donations with AWE, and also they go to the choir and our other programming. So I just wanted to mention Akash loves to dance, and he is actually in some national competitions online. He's always telling me about some competitions, and they were in the finals this week. I forgot to ask him today how they're doing, but he loves to dance, so we love sharing dance and music with our youth. And next, we're actually going to have a little Christmas section. I know this is not a Christmas concert per se, and we do work with people from different cultural and religious backgrounds. And as you will hear the wonderful story of the sisters who sort of accidentally started AWE, the program that became AWE. But we do work with people of all religions, and we really like to emphasize in the music therapy group that people can share, that we are not imposing religious beliefs, but they are welcome to share their faith and their culture. And so we have a few songs by some people who wanted to share Christmas songs with us. But first, we finally get to hear the wonderful story of AWE's beginning. And Sister Joelle participated in our storytelling workshops and took the storytelling message to heart. And so I hope that you will enjoy this wonderful story and some beautiful Christmas songs. Hello, Sister Joelle. Hello, all the sisters. We know you're watching.
Today I'm going to tell the story of how AWE first began. Once upon a time, 10 years ago, the Christmas and Nativity story as we know it came alive for the Benedictine sisters in Baltimore in an interesting turn of events on December 28th, 2010. Molly Corbett, our development director, received a call from a woman at United Way who was desperate to find shelter for a young pregnant woman from Afghanistan. She had just arrived in the United States, seeking asylum, and was brought by someone to Baltimore, where there is an asylum seeker housing network program. Since it was Christmas time, there was little help they could give because most of the staff was on holiday. It truly was a desperate situation. And here we were, Emmanuel Monastery, Emmanuel meaning God with us. It was Christmas time, a pregnant woman at our door, and there was no room in the inn. This Christmas story was so real. How could we say no? Molly called us and asked if we could take her in for just a few weeks until a permanent place could be found. We were usually slow in making decisions as we seek our community's counsel, but this process went very quickly, and within a few hours, we unanimously said yes. Molly picked the young woman and took her to this temporary home and then brought her to us on New Year's Day. January 1st, 2011, we gratefully were gracious to see her come to our door, and were very fortunate that she could speak English, but we could tell she was frightened, and it was a little evident. We just wanted to warm her with acceptance and love. Our quick yes came from many reasons. Our monastery name is Emmanuel, meaning God with us. It has a significance in our past, whereby we had been learning and studying about immigration. As United States citizens, we are immigrant people from many nations. Our very first roots as monastic women were built with 3 sisters coming from Eichstätt, Bavaria in 1852. Immigration is part of our lifeblood. Knowing that we were very inexperienced with pregnancies, we contacted a few of our nurse friends, as well as a Sister of Mercy at Mercy Medical Center. We wanted to be prepared for whatever happened. It was a good thing because Amina started with contractions early in the morning the next day. We called 911 and asked for help. The EMTs came quickly, and miracle of miracles, the driver was new to the area and asked for directions from us to Mercy Medical Center. We were afraid to take her to any other hospital in case they would ask for documents or wanted to know more information that would place Amina and her baby in jeopardy of deportation. So here is Amina without prenatal care, without a doctor, without any insurance, in a strange country, the USA. What do we do? Though the baby was not born that day, it gave a dry run for the real day. It was good in the fact that Amina was able to have a good physical exam. The doctor told Amina that the baby was healthy and directed her to an OBGYN doctor, gratis. Mercy Medical Center was a very welcoming place for her, which gave her great relief. There was a lot of drama on both the almost birth and the day of the real birth. Besides the miracle of the EMT driver, Molly was able to set up an interview with the director of law school on immigration, Marie. After a thorough interview, agreed to have 2 interns take Amina's case. All of this was accomplished within the first few days of January. On January 6th, the Feast of the Epiphany, which we celebrate, more miracles. Sister Tricia drove Amina to the hospital, and everyone there was ready for Amina. Molly joined us there. After a short exam, we went straight to the labor and delivery room. Amazingly, there was a doctor, not in residence there, who spoke Farsi as well as some Dari, which was Amina's local dialect. It was so comforting for Amina to hear her own language as she continued to call out for her mother, who was deceased, and to Allah. After a few hours, her beautiful baby boy was born. Asim was born into this world, the nativity story of a young pregnant woman far from her own land gave birth to a boy child. We could only imagine the angels singing, "Rejoice." Amina and Asim lived with us for about 2.5 years, truly a blessing, as well as a life-changing experience for us and the many others who came to our monastery. Everyone wanted to help. It was as though the Magi, the wise ones, had come to bring gifts to the child, diapers, money, rides, tutoring for Amina in English. They say that it takes a village to raise a child, and we had the village with us. Molly, who had worked with a group called Advocates of Survival of Torture and Trauma, knew Amina's story was one of many hundreds. Knowing what our community had been able to do and be asked for this one woman, Molly asked us if we thought about any other communities who might be interested in broadening our outreach to women seeking asylum. After our first meeting in March of 2011, the answer was absolutely. Every community that we contacted was thrilled to come and brainstorm on what their particular community could offer, since others would not be able to house someone as we did. Out of our meetings, the Asylee Women Enterprise, known as AWE, was formed. It was truly a great enterprise. Our Christmas and Epiphany came to life as it never did before. And so it is. This is our story that created AWE. The end.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. On later road into the never pining, they'll hear a beat and the soul of His word. Our children have heard, the weary world rejoices for yonder grace, and near at last the Lord. Fall on your knees. Hear the angels' voices on earth divine. Oh, land where Christ was born. Oh, night divine. Oh, Lord.
Minuit chrétien, c'est l'heure solennelle où l'homme de Dieu descendit jusqu'à nous. Pour effacer la tâche originelle et de son Fils arrêter le monde. Le monde entier essaye d'espérance en cette nuit qui lui donne un sauveur. À genoux, attends la délivrance. Noël, voici le Rédempteur.
I'm blessed to introduce to you the next song. It's from my own daughter. I love her, beautiful daughter. Her name is Sandrine Adude, and the title of the song is "The Savior is Born in Bethlehem." So I know you enjoy it. She have a beautiful voice. Please welcome Adude Sandrine. The Savior is born in Bethlehem. Thank you.
Oji Yesu le Bethlehem, alengi nova kwe oje close bwe. Oglonia vivisiana mesiame. Oglonia vivisiana mesiame. Fiae, fiae, fiae. Fiae, 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 fiae. Oji Yesu le Bethlehem, alengi nova kwe oje close bwe. Oglonia vivisiana mesiame. Oglonia vivisiana mesiame. Oglonia vivisiana mesiame. Oglonia vivisiana mesiame.
Hello, everybody. I'm Patty Chiriboga, and I am an immigrant from Ecuador. I have been an immigration attorney working with immigrants for over 20 years. So I'm very familiar with the many obstacles that immigrants have found along the way back home during their journey here, and oftentimes also once they arrive in the United States. As the Ethiopian poet Warsan Shire writes, "No one leaves home unless home is the mouth of a shark. You only leave home when home won't let you stay." And this applies to so many vulnerable immigrants. Since the beginning of time, music has been used to help people deal with their emotions and to bond with one another. And Rich in Music and the therapeutic work that Amy and Sister Joelle and the team that they provide to vulnerable immigrants is really, really invaluable. It is a way to help them heal their soul, soothe their spirit, and bring health to their bodies. We all want to support immigrants, and we should support Rich in Music and the Asylee Women Enterprise, AWE. As Amy mentioned, Rich in Music is the financial manager of Hope Choir of Nations, hosted by AWE. And we can all donate at the button that is going to be below the live stream at www.richinmusic.org. From now to December 15th, Rich in Music will share the proceeds of this concert with the choir's wonderful host, Asylee Women Enterprise. Donations of all sizes are greatly appreciated and are tax deductible. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you so much. And we're about to head into the home stretch. We have kind of a closing recap of our concert. So hang in there, and we're have some more beautiful music and insights. And I just have to say, while Jared is getting everything ready, I can't speak highly enough for our fearless intern, Malika Singh. I'm afraid to look at how many hours she's put into this concert, but it has definitely helped her internship hour requirement. We'll just say that. So thank you, Malika, for being amazing every day, all of your time and help, and for seeking out this work in the first place, and your heart for caring for people from around the world.
Have a dream, I song to sing, to help me cope with anything. If you see the wonder of a fairy tale, you can take a future, even fear to fail. I believe in angels, I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels, I believe in angels. When I know the time is right for me, I cross the stream. I have a dream. I have a dream in fantasy to help me through reality, and my destination make the world fall, push me through the darkness, see another mind. I believe in angels, I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels, I believe in angels. When I know the time is right for me, I cross the street. I have a dream. I cross the street. I have a dream. I have a dream.
This song, we love it. The word says that we are, I go my merry way. And in French, the title is Tous les chemins. And it ends up saying that I have my joy. In my heart, I have my joy in the Lord. I have my joy. And for a refugee, singing at the end of the day that I'm rejoicing, I have my joys, it means that somebody has done a wonderful work bringing us up together from the pits. So this song is very important. I go my merry way. Tous les chemins. À vous.
Moi
you so much, everyone. And thank you especially to our partners, Asylee Women Enterprise and the Benedictine Sisters of Baltimore, and for sharing Sister Joelle with us and all of her wonderful musical talents. And for Adote, Akwe, and Gila, and all of our interpreters, and Jennifer and Susan, our teachers, and our advisory committee here, the Richmond Music Advisory Committee, and to everyone. Now, we have a special request, and to Polly. I almost forgot Polly for all of her help too, and Jared. And that is, Sister Joelle has very creatively put together a bunch of songs, and some of them are from the show, and some of them might be songs from your memory. And I really want you to stay and listen to this beautiful compilation that she has put together, and watch the credits, because there's so many people to thank, and really she has put so much work into this beautiful piece. So I hope that you'll stay and listen. And I also have to give a shout out to my very patient and helpful husband, Adrian Tenney. Thank you for all of his help. Everybody's nodding their head because they've all been on Zoom calls with him. So thank you all for coming. And again, if you feel so inclined, feel free to make a donation. Or if you just want to join our mailing list, you can go to the email on the website, which is richardmusicinfo@gmail.com. And you can just shoot us an email and let us know if you'd like to be on our email list. We don't send a lot of emails, but we really appreciate you being here tonight. So, Jared, let's go ahead and hear our beautiful closing by Sister Joelle. Good night, everyone, and thank you so much.
Yay.